G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 15 of my Acid Retaliation Sentinel playthrough, where last episode we managed to go spelunking through the sewers, and we've ended up here in the sewer hideout. This episode we'll be heading out into the city, we'll be clearing out all the ethereals, and what even is Theoden actually? I don't think he's a god, but anyway, we're going to kill him too. I've done a little bit of shopping in between the episodes, and by a little bit I mean I bought Oleron's blood. This is a Black Legion blueprint, and you need respected with them to buy this. We are well above, where are they? Here we go, Black Legion, well above respected. We're halfway to honored, in fact. And this is a secret tool that will help us later. So I'm going to eat that blueprint. And then we're going to head out into the Candle District. And just for something really weird and different, I'm going to remember to summon the little green boys, the little green men. And with that, we're going to head out into the Candle District. We've got some wagons to throw frisbees at and a gate to open. So let's get on the way. So this little section here, I always miss this first one. It's only when I'm actually talking about it that I remember that it's there, so fortunately I was actually talking about it and I remembered it was there. So we're going to go bash that. Aether clusters from these things are quite useful. I usually end up starting the city of Malmouth with like 3 aether clusters, maybe, and by the time I'm done I've got 12 to 15. So pretty happy about those. They are nice little panic buttons, I guess you could call them. They're good for when you're taking heavy damage. I like to put them on button 7. Put yours wherever you like, just kind of make sure you have it, because they are quite useful, and especially if you're playing on hardcore, they will eventually save your character, even if you die a few times having not used it. Ask me how I know about that one. Alright, let's go see if Nico up here wants to live today. There's a few different ways you can go about doing this. If you want him to live, you can actually leave and come back until he decides that he doesn't want to kill you. But personally, I think if a man wants to die, then you should let him. So, let's see. I don't mean any harm. I'm not one of those monsters. There's a refuge. I can get you there. What choice do you have? Okay, Nico has chosen to live today. Strange decision in this particular area, but that's alright. I respect it. We let him go. And we'll continue moving along the top side here. Now, there's a couple ways to go through this area. Personally, I prefer to go along the top, because you get a few extra aether clusters, or crystals, I guess, from the crystals. And there's also the guaranteed dynamite in the top right corner, which I like to pick up, because as easy as it is to go and craft dynamite, it's way easier to just have them because you picked up the free ones along the way. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to continue moving along here, blow up all the guardians. We're going to start running into the bigger ethereals here. And these ones, the Colossus, not so bad. But when you start getting the really big ethereals, those things are painful. Partially because they just don't die. They have infinity +1 hit points. But mostly because of their charge attack. They can dash at you from off screen. It's basically Blitz. But instead of a puny little human with a metal shield, they are a massive conglomeration of ethereally held together rocks, and it's like being blitzed by a mountain. So they can actually do a decent amount of damage. They don't have main character powers, obviously, so they don't instantly one-shot you. But they can do a decent amount of damage. The other good thing about coming across the top here is that there is a treasure trove in this area. Everyone had their frisbees? Okay, good. There's a treasure trove across the top here sometimes, and I want to get that. There's also this letter to Councilman Cole. Does look like I'm not getting my treasure trove today, but I do get the second of 3 wagons, and I'm going to go ahead and eat that letter. So really looking forward to getting the conduit online for this build, because the delay, the cooldown on this. Okay, if Aegis of Menhir just always had the cooldown and you couldn't do anything with it, I'd be fine with it. If it didn't have a cooldown and it did less damage, I'd be fine with that. What really actually kind of annoys me is the fact that it has a cooldown, but sometimes it doesn't. And that bothers me for some reason. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with the skill. I would just prefer it if it always had the cooldown, or it always didn't have the cooldown. It's this proc. It's proc here. I don't like it. I know it's a straight power increase, but I don't like it. There's me whinging about silly things again. Alright, let's head down to the street, and we will head on over for our third wagon, and we have to kill... what's his face? Big ugly guy holding the gate shut. Yep, I got nothing. I'll remember it as we get closer. That's fine. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. I'm going completely the wrong way. We need to go across this little section here. Also, the city of Malmouth is the worst place in the game when it comes to different elevations and how the game handles stairs and such. So get used to hearing complaints about that. And if you're playing along, get used to making that complaint, because it's constant, unrelenting annoyance. Alright, Ethereal Stormbearer, here we go, we're getting a couple of the biggies now. The damage on Drieg's Evil Eye has picked up a decent amount too. I remember when this thing would barely even tickle the enemies. Now it's... I mean, it's still not one-shotting everything, but it's pretty good. Alright, and there's our last wagon. That's done. So, wagon's done. It's not Bolvar, it's something. Yep, still got nothing. That's alright, I'll remember when I get there. Didn't remember which way to go though, so that's a thing. Let's head back inside over here. Frisbees for everybody. Except you get an eyeball. Yep, there you go. Enjoy your eyeball. Alright, and then we head just down this left side here. And can I remember this idiot's name? I know it starts with a B. That's all I got. It is Bolag, there we go. I knew I'd remember it as soon as I saw it. Something to do with reading and transferring knowledge from symbols into your brain. I don't know how it works. Anyway, Bolag's dead here. Do remember that he puts goop everywhere. If you're going to stand in the goop, just keep an eye on your health bar. And now we open the door. We let the Black Legion in. Does it bother anybody else that the Black Legion are the good guys? Normally, something with the name like the Black Legion would be the foot soldiers of the big bad evil guy. Anyway, there's the Black Legion just hanging out, pointing guns at me. I'm just going to get out of the way of those. And we head back to the sewers. And we got a couple of things to do in the sewers. I feel like there should be a person there. Anyway. Right. We have to go meet Creed and Corinia? Who's Corinia? Who are you, actually? Okay, yeah, cool. Anyway, what's our plan? Absolutely. We'll help with the attack. No problems at all. We are heading outside. As soon as I sell all this junk that I don't need. Here we go. Eat that lore note. And I guess we can talk to Nico here. Take good care of your kids. You nearly died to protect them. So I guess good job. Alright, we'll head outside here, and this is going to be the fight for the Steel Cap District. This is kind of a... what do we call this? A ring event is what I used to call them. My old EQ2 days. My old EQ days. But, basically it's just a wave fight. Defend the area, or I guess attack the area. Kill everything that comes at you. Try not to die in the goop. And pick up the loot once it's all over. Relatively easy. Agol Garaz. The names in this game, I swear. Alright, what did we win? Couple of things that we're going to immediately sell. Alright, cool. So we can talk to Creed here, and we will breach the gates, absolutely. Speak to the captain? Sure, no worries. And he's going to send us to go fetch supplies. Alright. Black Legion, where are we up to with them? Respected. Hopefully I can get to Honored. Actually, Revered would be better, but I think the only way I'm getting Revered before Ultimate Ashes is if I do, not blueprints, bounties. I don't really want to do bounties. So, maybe no? But we can at least get to Honored. What does Honored with the Black Legion get us? Not much. Not much, actually. I'm sure there's something that I'm not thinking of, but generally speaking, I think the good stuff comes at Revered with the augments, but you do need to be level 70 to get those anyway, so we'll be fine. Alright, let's get down those stairs before we start throwing eyeballs and frisbees and all sorts of other things. Okay, get through these guys. And down here to the... Is it the magic supplies first? I can never remember. I think it's magic supplies first. Or the arcane supplies, rather. Either way, I'm going to collect them both anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm pretty sure... Yeah, arcane supplies first. Did just pick up another Aether Cluster, which I'm super happy about. I don't use them anywhere near as often as I should, but they have definitely saved my bacon several times on several characters, so do strongly recommend having them hotkeyed. Alright, here we go. Here's some big boys. And they fall before the might of our overpowered frisbee. This is another one of those builds where it starts out, and it's kind of weak. You don't get the hype, and then once you get all the MIs online, and especially later once we start getting some purple sets at level 94, well, specifically the Sentinel set, or what is that set called? Something of the three or something like that, the Sentinel set? I can't remember what it's called. We'll worry about that when we get there, but once you start getting the really good items, this really picks up, especially with the conduit. Once you have the conduit, you no longer have a cooldown, and you can just flip frisbees all day. It's actually really good fun. Assuming you can get one. Very expensive to make. Alright, there's my weapons, and I'm going to give you my usual spiel that I have when I get to this part in the game. This corner is very, very dangerous, potentially very, very dangerous, because you get the Flesh Weaver Haraxus, I think it is, can spawn here. If he does spawn, he's got friends. You've got the battle or the combat supplies here. They have friends, or it has guards, I should say. Then you have all this stuff that can decide it wants to play, and then you also have all the mages that can come pouring out of this building as you're running around the corner into all the rest of it. So this can be a little bit dangerous as far as the corner. In terms of dangerous areas in the city of Malmouth, I'd say that corner is probably in the top 2 or 3, maybe even the top 1, actually. So Fleshweaver could also be here, and he's not here, which means I think he's going to be down this road a little ways. I don't really feel like dying, so I'm not going to jump headfirst into all of that. We can work our way through this, and I think if we head a little bit further down the road, we will find our good friend the Fleshweaver, or he's in the Black Iron Docks area. I can't exactly remember where he is, but we don't need to kill him, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, everybody done? Yep. Alright, I'm taking my frisbee. I'm going home. Well, I'm going up the road here to blow up a wall. It's kind of like home. Alright, detonation site. There we go. Exalted stash. 1 guaranteed blue item, and it's not very good, but hey, blue item. Also, as long as we're here, we may as well spend some of them skill points. And we are pretty much just going to continue pumping the occultist bar. Now, it could get a point in Curse of Frailty. It wouldn't be completely useless, but I think I would rather have the stats for now. Until we can get vulnerability, we're not actually shredding any additional resistances. So vulnerability is the kind of the one you want. And then definitely Blood of Dreeg. And honestly, those two skills between them make Occultist a really good support mastery for pretty much any build you can think of. With the possible exception that this doesn't do Aether, Chaos, I think, or Piercing. Is it Piercing? Yeah, no Piercing either. But you can get items that add those to it, or you can get items that add Chaos resistance shredding to different skills, that sort of thing. So it's pretty good for just about any build in the game. Which does kind of get a little boring, I'm not going to lie. What are you playing? Doesn't matter. Occultist is good for it. It's even good for pets. It's one of the main pet classes, so there's nothing really that can't work with Occultist. Alright, we've got Hiram, I think, is here. But either way, one of the groups of NPCs, I think this is Hiram, yeah it is. And we can send him back to town. I must be the only person who's suspicious of all these NPCs hanging out in a bombed out city with ethereals less than a screen away from them. And the ethereals just don't mess with them for some reason, but they can't leave. They have to wait for the NPC, for the PC to come along. It's very suspicious. Alright, so we've got a couple of things to do, and the first thing is we're going to drop a rift right here. And let's just flip a few frisbees down the road. Come here, you. There we go. Cinder Vein Mantle. Not great. Not horrible. Okay, take out this guy. I'm going way further than I had intended. I just wanted to clear the ramp. Anyway. So the plan is we go across the bridge here, we get the explosives, we blow up the door, go through, get the rift gate, and then we're going to use that rift that I just dropped down, and we're going to go back to the lighthouse, actually. I think it's a lighthouse. Anyway, we're going back because there's a devotion shrine that I missed. There's also an exalted shrine that I missed, although I didn't technically miss it, we haven't gone past it yet. But either way, I need to go back a little ways. Alright, let's get the quest and the Exalted Shrine this way done first. And we'll just keep flipping frisbees inside. Now, Mum always told me when I was growing up that you shouldn't play with frisbees inside, and I can kind of see why. Leads to a lot of murder, apparently. She also said no tennis balls or anything inside the house too. Anyway, I don't have a tennis ball, I've just got frisbees. Alright, so that's your stash there. This time it's actually on the map, which for Exalted stashes is not always guaranteed. So we grab that, we're going to go through the house here, kill a few more imps, playing inside with balls, not great. Alright, and just across the road here is another group of people cowering in terror from ethereals that, for some reason, don't want to mess with them. Alright, we're good there. So, here is the second group of our NPCs. Calm down, I can get you to safety. Get in the rift. And now let's head back to the lighthouse. And before I do that, actually, I'm just going to head over here back to the Steelcap district, because I want to talk to some people about some merchants. And they don't want to talk to me just yet, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to be their best friend here in a minute. Alright, now that I've got my rings sorted out as well, I think this, the double creeping rings and the Basilisk Fang between them are probably what's added all this extra damage onto the eyeballs. Which is good because up till now they've kind of not been very good. Okay, let's talk to Corinia. May as well pick up the... I think this is a Black Iron Docks, is it? No, it's not. It's just good job clearing out whatever it was you cleared out. Okay, that was the wrong rift, so we'll go back to the personal rift, and then we're going to go and clear out the lighthouse. Or at least go into the lighthouse, because the lighthouse has a devotion point, and I want it. So we'll just move down the road here. I'm kind of interested to test the actual retaliation side of things. Let's get rid of the boys in green and just see what happens when he hits me. Watch him be the only caster in the entire city. I hate you. I would pick the only monster that can't auto-attack. Alright, we'll go find someone else. Don't let me forget to summon the green man again. No one will ever believe that I saw them if I tell them. Alright, here we go. Something will hit me. There we go. Couple of hits. Yep, they're all dying. Lovely stuff. Alright, we can resummon the little green men now. And be on our way. We don't need to go down there. So, where is the lighthouse? Well, it's over here near this detonation site. That, I almost never blow it up. It's a little weird, this detonation site. So on normal, I don't think it's worth... I don't think it's worth blowing it up. On ultimate, every time I've not blown it up, I've regretted not blowing it up, and then I blew it up and I never used that gap again. So I think on ultimate I'm going to start blowing it up the first time, and on normal it's definitely not worth it. All right, so we can play frisbee with these guys. There's a decent number of heroes in here, as well as there's a guaranteed second Flesh Weaver whose name escapes me at the moment. But just trust me, he's here somewhere. I did farm him for a little while for the pet book. Is it the Flesh Warped Archive? Something like that. But then after an hour or two of doing that, I figured out that you can just buy it from Hiram, and then I felt really silly. But until that point, I was coming in here and hunting for the Flesh Weaver, so I know he's here. But we don't really need to fight him anymore. Alright, and there we go. Extra devotion point. And we have now finished the tortoise. We have an extra point here. And I think the next plan is to go for here, which probably needs the empty throne. So we'll probably go for that. It might be the toad, actually. I'm going to not spend this. Actually, you know what? Back in a second. Alright, so it was the toad. You didn't see that. Well, I guess you did see the pause. But part of the change of codex that I did recently means that I now have a pause button on OBS, which apparently you can't do that with streaming, but I've got different profiles set up now. I'm slowly learning how the computers work, but now I can just pause stuff and go and look things up, and it's fine, and you don't have to sit there with a pause screen while I figure out what's going on. So yes, we are going for the toad next, and then we'll be removing the fox and getting something else at that point. Here's my Flesh Weaver, the Flesh Weaver, and we're just gonna kill him. Nothing personal. You're big, ugly, and green, and you're made out of loot, XP, and reputation. So I mean, it'd be rude not to at this point. I will go down this side here and just check if there's any more heroes. I'm kind of halfway expecting one, but also won't be surprised to not see one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, we can now... let's head back to Steelcap District. And I want to check Hiram for a couple of things. I'm not going to go and try and force it, but I do want to get a couple of blueprints from him. Ancestor is not one, Squall is also not one. I know both of those, so I'm not going to buy them. But I am going to just check him every now and again. Also, remember, he usually will have an Aether Crystal or an Aether Shard, so buy those if you're like me and have a crystal fetish. Alright, what do we got left? Ulgrim at Crown Hill. If you'd asked me, I would have said it was Krieg, but no, it's definitely Ulgrim. Okay, so we need to take care of the vents, and the first one is just down the road here, so this one's really easy. There's a lot of stuff in this pack, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get right in the middle, kill the guy who's spawning all the stuff, and then anything that's behind me can just kind of hit me and die. And as long as I'm flipping frisbees out, I've got enough lifesteal. Also on the eyeballs, we definitely lifesteal on the eyeballs as well. But I've got enough lifesteal that I'm kind of okay. Now, I'm going to improve that situation a little bit in this episode. But that will depend on whether or not I can get the blueprint I need from Hiram. For anyone who's wondering, it is the Juggernaut relic. I know it's not an Oathkeeper relic, but I mean, neither is Corruption. So I'm pretty happy to run with Juggernaut. When you're making a build that's kind of really tanky, but doesn't have a huge amount of sustain, Juggernaut's a good choice just for everybody. And so I'd have no problem at all using it. Alright, and it just really helps for survivability, especially on hardcore. You can use Juggernaut on any build and it'll be good. It's just one of those good leveling relics. We definitely will be losing it later, and you will absolutely notice the drop in tankiness when that happens. Alright, let's just go get rid of this guy. I swear I hit him, but apparently he didn't believe me. Alright, level 59, and just for something different, 2 points in the bar. I think I will probably start... Alright, the thing with vulnerability, it's really good. But so is Blood of Dreeg. Now, Blood of Dreeg also adds a bunch of acid retaliation. So this is a combination heal, and also I do more damage, and also regeneration, and also I'm more accurate. So this is really good. I'm actually thinking I'm going to skip vulnerability and Curse of Frailty, and get a few points in Blood of Dreeg. Let's say 5 or 8 seem like nice numbers. Then probably look into Aspect of the Guardian. Again, this is a combination make me tankier and also do more damage button. So this is a really good one to have pretty much as soon as you can get it, really. This is one of the best nodes in Occultist, so definitely good to get. And then I think we'll go back and get Curse of Frailty and Vulnerability later, partly because it's an extra button and I hate extra buttons, but also because it's... oh, hello. Oh, I've already got those. Also because it only does offense. I mean, technically it's less movement speed, and over here is less defensive ability? I thought that was attack speed. Anyway, it does, I guess, technically do both, but I think I'd rather have Blood of Dreeg. So we're going to go for that first. Right, we have... what do we have? No shrine down there. So there could be a totem here. Unfortunately, not for me. Let's just head in and say hi to Valaxteria here. Now, if you get your positioning right, you can get her meteor to hit the wall here. I'm probably not going to get the positioning right. Oh, I did. How about that? I did get the positioning right. A lot of the time I think I've got it right, and then I get slammed in the face with a meteor. And then when I think I've got it wrong, oh, I still get slammed in the face with a meteor. Okay, it's time to not be over there. Although, yeah, she was pretty much dead anyway. Okay, let's head up here. There's 2 more vents to get, which is no problem at all. They're vents. They can't move around. It's not like they can hide. Let's go down here. I like to, when I'm running this place, just drop a rift here right next to the gate, because we are coming back here as soon as we've got these vents done. So it's definitely going to save a little bit of time to have that rift gate there. just throw a few frisbees behind us as we go along. Right, so the last one, you can either run to... I'm just thinking, it might actually have been quicker. Instead of running this way and then rifting back, it might have been quicker to rift over to the Crown Hill Rift, get the vent, run back to the Crown Hill Rift, and then jump on over to where we left the rift. Anyway, I'm halfway there now, so we're not going back. Stairs, once again, the bane of my existence. It's alright, we made it outside. You know what the best part about being outside is? That's right, they don't put stairs outside. Actually, that's kind of a lie, they do. Okay, not this building. That's not the building I want. Here we go. Should be this building. Now if we go not upstairs, we don't go upstairs in this building, we go downstairs and around the back door. And here we go. Alright, we've got the totem out here as well. Now I am conscious of my level here, another couple of levels, and we'll have to start doing the empowered perdition grind, which I'm sure everybody is going to love, including me. It's going to be a great time. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I do enjoy totem farming. I don't know why. In any other game, I would call it mindless grinding and I would hate it. But there's something about MMOs that I don't know, I enjoy it. Alright, let's have a look at that blueprint. Annihilation, +1 Demolitionist with a Meteor proc. Level 60 required. We won't be getting that one. I think I'm going to take Juggernaut until I get... I think it's Absolution, I think, is the one I'm looking for. And then I'll swap over to that one later. Juggernaut... The only bad thing I'll say for Juggernaut is that it only gives +1 to all skills in Soldier. Which, if it just had +1 to all skills, I don't think I'd ever take it off. Which is probably why it doesn't have that. Because everyone would just use nothing but Juggernaut. But, I think I pretty much use it on every build I make that has Soldier in it. So even then, it's still really, really good. Alright, there we go. Crowd destroyed. And then we can head out the door here. There's my rift gate. There's my rift. Before I go over there, however, I'm going to go and do one more check of Hiram. I do kind of want to get Juggernaut online, so if Hiram's got it, I'll be very happy man. Sanctuary I already own, Savage I already own, Ancestor I already own, a Light I already own, that Crystal I now own. So we'll get rid of all the greenery. I do actually want to check those boots. Are they better than mine? They definitely are not. Less damage. They have 1% additional Aether Res, but I don't really care so much about that. The move speed would be welcome, but I think I'm happy with what I have. Now, we're going to come over here to the bank, and let's have a look at resistances. 12% over on Aether. I don't think I need to bother with an Aether potion. I am tempted to just use one of those. And I'll probably go ahead and see if I can craft some more royal jelly or something. Do I have anything that'll get me more damage? That one probably would. Elixir of the Ancients. Kind of cheap as well. 40 offensive ability. Kind of want... If I could get that with a 900 second duration, I'd be very happy. I don't think I'm going to use most of these. That one I'm already running. I'll make one of those. I've got so much royal jelly. I don't think I need that, but sure, we'll take one. And that'll do us. We'll just do the royal jellies. That'll be fine. And if it runs out before we even get to get down to Theoden, I don't think I care. Alright, let's go kill us the head ethereal here. We're also going to have to put Krieg in the ground again. But all this stuff that spawns out the front, if you just have a rift gate behind it, then yeah, you kind of don't have to worry about it. It's grand. Also, I should probably spend my devotion points. 2 more points, which probably isn't going to happen this episode, but I might go around and get the tidy up done. 2 more points in the toad will mean that we're able to take the fox out. And then, where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Fox comes out, and then that opens up Affliction. Yeah, so we take Affliction after the toad, which will be really good for those pesky casters. We haven't really had as much problem with them with this Retaliation build as you do with the more traditional you have to get hit type Retaliation. But that's because our Retaliation is technically we're throwing it at people. We don't actually have to get hit to do damage. If you were playing the older style, where you don't actually have an attack, or, you know, maybe you have like cadence on your left click or something, but doesn't really do much, then you have to get hit, and casters don't count for triggering Retaliation, so you would have to find some other way of killing them. And the usual method was the proc on Affliction, because it says, and I quote, festering pool erupts beneath your enemies, corrupting the ground. So when they hit you, it would have a vitality pool that opens up underneath them, and percentage of your retaliation damage is added to that. So that will be very useful for solving a problem that this build doesn't have, but it is, you know, extra damage, so why not? Also, this little hidden area here is one of, I think, 4 hidden areas in this place. This particular floor, there's one over here. See this little sticky outy bit? There's some things you can hit there, and there's another room with some hidden spoils in it. And then over here, there's one more room, and then I think there's another one down there as well. I'm not going to go down there. I'm not going to get all that hidden stuff. It's generally not worth it. It's one of those things where if you're near it, it could be worth taking, you know, a screen worth of a detour, but probably not. Alrighty, welcome to the Fleshworks. And Theoden's going to start yelling at us. He's very wordy. You finished? Okay, good. In the Fleshworks here, if you just hug the left wall, you'll come to this little room here. Now, anyone who's been playing Grim Dawn for any amount of time knows this is a watch out, there's a boss past this door. And so we've got Fleshweaver Krieg here, who you may remember from such classics as Quaritch Village. For some reason, his attacks don't seem to sunder, even though he has the icon for the sunder. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm okay with not being sundered. Alright, so, Flesh Warp chest here. Basic hidden spoils chest. You don't really get much out of him this time. I think I saw, yeah, corpse there. Yeah, you don't get a whole lot out of him. You can see he's been doing some really messed up things with people on the walls here. Basically making ethereals. But, yeah, we can just kill him. There's a quest related to all those people that went missing, which we can turn in back in town. Okay, so we are looking for Rodalgar and... is it Hagelvar or something like that? Basically, run around here until you find a pair of monsters with skulls above their heads. Kind of halfway expected to kill them both by now. Looks like they've... oh no, here we go. Here's Hagelvar. The Bone Monger. Definitely an ugly bugger. There we go. That's one down. We just got to find another one, and then we can go say hi to Theoden. Oh look, there he is. Conveniently right next door. Alright, down he goes. No new loot, which, I mean, on the one hand, great. On the other hand, I like loot. So, anyway. Right, with Theoden. Theoden is going to be doing a lot of Aether damage, unsurprisingly. He's also going to be doing lightning, and probably one or two other minor amounts of damage, but mostly it's Aether and lightning for him. So make sure you have those capped. I don't think he shreds resistances. Most bosses don't anymore, so anything over the maximum should be fine. I guess we'll find out if I suddenly die out of nowhere. I'm pretty much expecting to just stand in front of him and blow him up. So let's see if that happens. I've got a decent amount of lifesteal. I've got the bouncy frisbee to take care of his friends. This should be as simple as just click the button and watch as he dies. I'm going to back off a little bit here and start throwing eyeballs at him. And you guys can have a frisbee while he's busy dragging himself off the wall like some sort of giant four-legged alien queen, or I'm sure he thinks he is. Now this form he should start jumping up in the air, or next form, sorry, he'll start jumping up in the air. I'm just going to keep out of the goop. Don't need to take extra damage, so I'm not going to. This form, he will jump up in the air and slam down on the floor. And that little pool he puts on the floor, you can take the slam in the face, it doesn't really matter. But the pool he puts on the floor will sunder you, so just when he does that, just run out of it. And that's pretty much this fight. These little Aether things, you can move out of those, whatever you prefer. Doesn't really matter. There we go, another pool to get out of. Where's the pool, Theoden? Did you forget something? Don't know, maybe he has two moves that do a similar thing. But not particularly hard to just kill him. So, there he is. This changes nothing aside from, you know, he's dead. Which is a pretty big change for him. And now we can loot the place. There might be a few monsters kind of stuck in these side sections. Yeah, there we go. A few of his friends decided they weren't going to come out and play. That's fine, you can play frisbee with them. There we go. Ashes of Malmouth is complete. Well, kind of. There's a couple more things that I need to do. The first one is go and do the turn-ins for all the quests. The next thing is I do want to do the Black Iron Docks, which Corinia looks like she's all set to tell me about. Okay, and agreed. And we did get a Black Scourge, which is a purple item. You get a random purple item for completing that quest. It's almost never going to be useful, but, you know, maybe. Okay, Hiram, what do you got for me? Geel, I already know. Torment, I already know. Arbiter, I already know. Marauder's Talisman, I already know. And the Crystal, I am obviously going to buy. That I'm going to blow up, and the rest of this can go. I already actually have more than 150 scrap. So depending on how quickly I can get my hands on the Mythical Perdition Blueprint, I actually already have the ingredients required, basically. I have 176 scrap, so plenty of scrap. Right, how are we looking for levels? 59. We'll talk to Revere here. Yep, they're all gone. I'm very sorry. There we go. That was the quest for blowing up the walls around Warden Krieg, or sorry, Fleshweaver Krieg. And now we have the Black Iron Docks quest. So let's head on over to the Black Iron Docks. This is a nice little, decently fast quest to do. Assuming you are still on the same session you were on before and you don't have to clear through all these ethereals. It is a decent run. This is probably a good argument for clearing the dynamite site that I was mentioning earlier. But I think I'll just run. It'll be fine. I've already cleared through this section, so I'm not particularly worried about having to fight huge packs of ethereals. In fact, I'll be surprised if there's more than a handful of them. We are going to here. And oh, looks like the stairs are playing nice today and everything. What is going on? What have I done? Or what's about to happen? Okay, here we go. Doors open magically before us. And our mission is very simple. Destroy everything. We basically come in here and kill everything that's not a Black Legion soldier. And then we get our reward at the end. And what's our reward? It's XP and reputation. There may actually be an item reward as well, but I can't remember. So if there is, it's not very significant. I don't think you actually need to clear off all of the piers individually, but I mean, they're all made out of XP, so why not? Free dynamite. Lovely. Alright, once I get up to here, I usually hide all the items. This is going to be another wave type event, or ring event as I used to call them. And we can just pretty much stand here and flip frisbees out at people. You can move out of goop if you want, doesn't really matter. Until we get the arcane enchanted ones, which I think there should be an arcane in the next wave. Nope. Maybe that's an ultimate difficulty thing. Or maybe it's just the last wave. Vampiric, fire, a different vampiric. No problems. Oh, here's my arcane enchanted. Arcanus. Taking a break from StarCraft to come and play Grim Dawn. Unfortunately, came down on the wrong side. And that's it. We are done. No loot to really speak of here. There's only the one MI and it's a shield, so no good. But Black Iron Docks, done. Let's go see if Hiram has a Juggernaut blueprint for me. And actually, I'm thinking I might check if I already have it. Now that I'm thinking about it. There's level 60. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Blood of Dreeg first. Let's just, like I said, make sure that I don't already have the blueprint. Okay. Of course I already have the blueprint. Alright, we're going to make Juggernaut. For which I need... What do I need? Rampage. Do I have that? Yes, I do. So we have Rampage. What else do we need for Jug? We need Oleron's Blood and a Reinforced Shell. Reinforced Shell. Oleron's Blood. And then Juggernaut. Now, here's the reason why I love Juggernaut. It's the same reason as why I love Of the Grove on my amulets. Except Juggernaut's about 3 times better. So, the Unstoppable proc there, every 3 seconds you can heal yourself for 6% plus 600. Now, 6% of this will be somewhere around about 500, plus another 600, so every 3 seconds I heal for somewhere around 10 to 15%. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not acid retaliation with poison acid resistant shred, but it's still pretty good. Now, the completion bonus is not bleeding resistant, so my bleeding res is under the weather a bit. But there's not a whole lot of bleeding damage going around, so taking a little bit extra damage from bleed is kind of okay. Alright, and we've hit level 60. But 62, I think, is the lower limit of where I can start getting perdition stuff. Do want to blow that up, so let's go do that. Dismantle. There we go, 4 more scrap. And you are Black Legion Smith, right? Are you? You are, lovely. Get a few more dynamites online. When you come back to check Hiram, don't forget to buy his crystals. Definitely don't buy scrap. So, yeah, I'm not sure how much the Aether Shards you actually pay for them, but it's not much, and 1 shard gives you 3 dynamites, which can give you something like 15 to 20 scraps, as long as you have blue or purple items to blow up. So it's almost certainly better to do it that way. Alright, so, kind of a little late in the video to get started on Forgotten Gods. What else have we got here we could do? Let's go to the hidden path. Actually, before we do that, we do have a whole bunch of these pants to put on. So, which one of these? I like these, but we got pierce resistance instead of... can I actually wear those? Lightning resistance, yes. I'm looking at the physical damage retaliation and acid damage retaliation on these. The reduction in stun duration is definitely nice as well. I think we'll do that. I'm going to swap that in. The Dreeg Sect Legs of Thorns. These ones are Mage Storm, which basically doesn't matter. Maybe I'll actually go see if I can't farm a better pair of those. With a little bit of extra time left. And then we'll start Forgotten Gods in the next episode. So yeah, I'm gonna say that this is the end of the progress type content for this episode, and we'll come back next episode for Forgotten Gods. So if you're not interested in the farming side of it, then this will be the end of the episode for you. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And for everybody else, stick around. We're gonna go get covered in goop. Now these guys should be leveling up all the way to 120, I think, in this area. So, yep, they're definitely still leveling with me. So, you see here, we've got Unstoppable, which I think is from the Juggernaut proc. That's just pretty much going to be active forever. But we are absolutely tankier than before, for sure. That was one of the things I had noticed playing this character, and I noticed it in Season 5 as well, is that it's pretty tanky, but actually recovering health is not something it's good at. So that was something I did want to change, and the Juggernaut Relic seems like the way to do it. By the time I take the Juggernaut off, it'll probably be level 100 already, and at that point we'll have much better options for lifesteal. We'll have the conduit, so the frisbee will not be on a cooldown anymore, and it's just generally going to be better. We're also going to have the Phoenix at that point, and the, what is it, the Shield Maiden, I think? Both of which come with damage absorption, so that'll be good too. Alright, Dreeg's down. What did we get? I already picked it up, I already looked at it, and I already forgot what it was. Okay, Impervious Dreeg Sect Leg Guards of the Arcane Blaze. Now, they've got a proc on them, which is Aether Missiles, which really is kind of meh, who cares? The resistances on this are okay. Pierce and Vitality is not bad. The Vitality comes as standard, so I'm not super fussed about that. Fire and Aether damage. Yeah, I'm gonna call this one a meh for those pants. I'll get a couple more pants, see if we can get anything good. Ideally, I want to get the maybe the Empowered Vilescorn leg plates would be good. Soleil pants also wouldn't be horrible, but Soleil is a considerably longer run, and also doesn't come with retaliation stuff on it, so that's another downside. More retaliation damage means more lifesteal as well. How are we looking for our Aegis? What sort of damage are we doing? A little bit of physical, about 3 times as much acid. Yeah. Definitely decent damage. It's not amazing. Let's actually get the little green man out again. I remembered this time, eventually. I'm atrocious at remembering those guardians. It's really weird too, because on other builds I've played, they're really easy to remember, but for some reason on this build, I just can't remember them. But anyway, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, we'll take out Guardian of Drig here, and then we'll kill his little eyeballs as well. There he goes. Vigorous of the Aether is probably not great either. You can stop, you can also stop, and you guys can have your own little frisbee to play with. Alright, let's have a look at these ones. Yeah, no. So Vigorous is not horrible, but 6% health is also not amazing. And then of the Aether is 44% Aether damage. So these are, yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. That's right. We'll go, I think we'll go one, maybe two more attempts. And, I mean, if I could get, like, impervious of something poison related, that'd be pretty good. Impervious of the Eagle even would be good. Just get some good stats. Can't complain about that. Little green men on the go. Yeah, what else would I like? Formidable, obviously, is a no-brainer. Anything with offensive ability or percentage offensive ability would be okay. I guess of Vitality would be alright. Just get a huge chunk of flat health. That could be good. Yeah, there's a lot of decent options here. Impervious or Resistant, obviously, are kind of the good magic level affixes. Alright, where's the eyeballs? There they are. Alright, get nice and close. And where's the Juggernaut proc? Guess I'm not getting hit enough. Ooh, double rare. That's a helmet, so we can't use that. Empowered Sky Shard Spellblade, no good. Pick those up. And we got Mystic of Aether. Mystic is Spirit, Aether is still garbage. So, actually, of Thorns is not bad. Can't really complain about of Thorns, which is what I'm using at the moment. Just the Mage Storm part of those pants is not very good. That double rare Aether Fire of the Winter Storm, that's not very good. What do we got? Soul Thief, Elemental. Yeah, nope. And then the Doomsaw can go as well. Let's just get rid of all these. Actually, those boots, what were they? Yeah, they're not very good. Okay, let's go again. This might be the last one. End the episode around the 1 hour mark. Got the little green men out before I left town for a change. See, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better. Oh no, the walkway's blocked. What will I do? The waist-high pile of rubble and rocks. I'll never be able to get over that. Actually, how big is that pile? It's kind of... I could climb over that, no problem. It would take me like 15 seconds. It's not even on fire. What kind of a barrier is that? It's a very bad one, that's what kind it is. Yes, the insurmountable waist-high walls. Bane of every gamer since 1980-something. Or even before then. Alright, let's get out of that goop, that hurt. Half my health bar gone, even through Ascension. Okay, everybody's dead? Good. Alright, let's go bash the Dreeg dude. The Guardian of Dreeg is the technical term. Down he goes. What do we get? Formidable of Readiness. Okay. That's probably going to be my new pants. So Formidable is going to be physical resistance, which is very, very useful. And of Readiness is offensive and defensive ability. So yes, these will indeed be my new pants. I will be losing a little bit of extra damage. So I'll be losing 116 physical damage retaliation, and I'll be losing 7 acid retaliation, but everything else looks pretty good. Yeah, I'd lose a little bit of pierce res, but I don't think I care. There we go. Nice new shiny pants. And who says you can never get formidable pants to drop? Oh wait, that was me. There we go. Alright, formidable pants. We got the 5% physical resistance roll, which is, I believe, the max roll, boosting our phys res up to 16%. We've also picked up the front foot of the tortoise, which has got 4% as well. And yeah, that's actually going to be the end of this episode. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.